I'm Nia. Hi, hello. Nice to meet you. Hello, hi. Hello everybody, it's me Nia. I love going into Lush stores. I literally go there all the time because I really like what the brand stands for, with cruelty-free natural products which are handmade with fresh ingredients. That was a mouthful. I was looking at bath bombs the other day and then I stumbled into the makeup section and I found myself quite surprised with how bold some of the things were, like this interesting gold eyeliner. So I thought that I had to pick them up and test them out for a video. Lush didn't have a primer, so I've just primed my face with the Benefit Professional Primer. And the first product that I have is the Jackie Oats Colour Supplement, which I think is sort of like a foundation. There we go. This is like the opposite to cakey and I think it's really buildable. This sort of doesn't have the highest coverage, but it gives you more of an airbrushed look, if that makes sense. Although this is quite light coverage, it can feel a bit heavy like before it dries. I'm trying to conceal my under eye circles with it and I'm going to blend that out with a beauty blender, and I'm just dampening it with my MAC Fix Plus. The second thing I have is the Emotional Brilliance Translucent Face Powder, which is loose and it could go everywhere because it's in such a tiny little container. It's so small, I don't know how I'm going to get my brush in. Oh, I've already got powder everywhere. Well done, Nia. I feel like it's a tiny bit pinky, but they only had it in the translucent shade and I don't think it is translucent because it's a bit too pinky. It's just like a normal powder though, it's just nothing special. It just sets your foundation and concealer if they did a concealer. I don't think there's much to it, it's just powder. This is just like your average powder, except it's just a tiny bit too pinky for me. For my blush, I have this Latte Lip Tint, which although it's a lip tint in the store, they said that it can be used as a blush and an eyeshadow as well. So I thought I'd test it out as a blush. This smells amazing, I'd just like to say. It smells sort of like coffee, but it's really sweet and it just smells amazing. This smells so good, I really want like a cappuccino now. I feel like it's really easily blendable and this just gives you a subtle flushed cheek look. I think it's really weird being in little bottles like this, but I have two cream eyeshadows, one in the shade Happiness and one in the shade Sophisticated, and I'm going to try and blend them together. I don't know how that's going to turn out. Wish me luck. I'm not using a primer or anything because I think that these are quite creamy and they don't really need a primer, but that's just my opinion. These are so expensive though, like they're £15 each and you could buy a Urban Decay palette for the price of two of these, honestly. Oh, I'm scared because I've never used cream eyeshadow before. I don't know, this could all go wrong from here. Everything could just go wrong. Okay, here we go. Oh, oh. That feels so weird. It's like really cold. This isn't the easiest stuff to work with. It's just going everywhere and smudging. I feel like after using these you're gonna need to clean your brush because it's so caked in cream eyeshadow. I really like the shade. It's sort of like a coppery, goldy orange. That's the worst description ever, sorry. I feel like they're quite patchy and you might need to apply a few coats. They're high quad. What? They're quite hard to blend together as well. It's like when you have those dry white markers and then you draw a line, and then when you draw up on the line then it rubs away. This is what these eyeshadows are doing. It's really, really frustrating. It doesn't look patchy from like far away, but if you were to go right up close, you can tell how patchy it is, and it sort of stings a bit. I don't know why. Slightly concerned. This isn't going well. I quite like the end result, but I don't think it's worth going through so much hassle. And for these to be £15 each, I honestly don't think, with the work and the patience that it takes, which I don't have, I just don't think they're really worth £15 if I'm completely honest. But the overall look is quite nice, and I've never really seen anything quite so shimmery and just metallic. I really like that, except it's already started to go patchy because where it hasn't dried, and I've obviously not had my eyes shut. I really like eyeliner. I think it finishes the look off and also just makes everything look nicer. But what I hate is applying it, and especially applying it on camera. So if I muck up, don't laugh at me please. I'm not that keen on the applicator, so what I might do is do one eye with the applicator, and then I have an eyeliner brush from Real Techniques, and I might do the other eye with this and see how it turns out and which one's the best. This is so pigmented. Oh my gosh. With this brush, this is literally just gliding on. It's quite clumpy on the actual applicator, but just give it a go. It doesn't feel very strong, it just feels quite flexible, but in a bad way. Like you touch it and it just doesn't stay, it just wobbles. I feel like this is such a good product. It's so pigmented and unusual, and I've never ever used a gold eyeliner before. But if you are thinking of purchasing this, I'd recommend getting an eyeliner brush instead of using the actual applicator, because it's really clumpy and it's really bendy, and it's a bit like doing it with a really small leaf. Oh. For my mascara, I have the Eyes Right mascara, which is the smallest, most adorable mascara I've ever seen. But I feel like because it's so small, it's going to be quite hard to apply because that part's in the way. So that's not very good. I might curl my lashes before using it though, with my trusty £1 Primark eyelash colours, because they're rose gold and I thought they were cute and they're really good. It's too small to get my hands around. It's like, I don't want to... Is that better? This isn't the most amazing mascara ever. It's quite average. It hasn't done wonders to my lashes and given them loads of volume, but I feel like it could be quite a good bottom lash mascara. Also, with the applicator being so small, it makes it so hard to actually do your lashes because you feel like you're gonna drop it. I found it really hard to do my bottom lashes on this eye, and I just feel like they could make the applicator a tiny bit bigger, or the bottle a tiny bit bigger or something, because I found it quite hard to use. The final thing I have is this liquid lipstick in the shade Confident. I think it dries matte, and it's just the most gorgeous autumnal berry winey colour. I'm gonna apply it with a brush because I find these, like, because it's so small, and also the applicator's not the best. This is the finished makeup look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. My favourite parts are definitely the gold eyeliner because it's just so bold, and also the lips because they're so bold. This is quite an autumnal look, so when autumn comes I'm really excited to wear this more. I think that the lip is quite buildable because when I just outlined it, I could have filled it in the same and it would have been quite dulled down, whereas you can go for more of a black cherry kind of colour when you build it up and build it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below, out of everything that I used, what your favourite thing was. And next time you're in Lush, looking at all of their bath bombs like I would recommend that you go check out their makeup section, because I am definitely going to be using Lush's makeup again. And I will see you next time. Goodbye!